Yeah. So to continuation of this non-primitive, right? So we talked about that string and coming to the array. So we want to store a single value. So by using our int type into by using a value. Okay, a is a variable. We can store a or 10. So which means so this is an integer data type. Okay, and variable name is a, and we can hold 110 value. But I want there is a requirement. We want to store a 10 comma and 20 comma 30. So, so similar data types. These are the similar data types. Okay, these are similar data type as an integer, but we want a kind of not only one single value. We have to store or we have to add a multiple values. So to do that, this particular normal variable is not support. So for that we have to go for an array. Okay. So how to declare array? Int the type of the values you are going to add, and there is a square bracket, which means it tells us it is a string. Sorry, array. The array representation, the square bracket. Okay, and int is a data type. Okay, so by seeing that in our code, okay, this is the array values. We are using array values. You come to know in our mind, and this is score is variable name, and these are the values 90, 85, 80. So this is the way we can add it. And class, right? Last session, right? We have done. What is a class? Class is a blueprint of individual object to be created. Car class, car has properties and behaviors, right? And object is we can create a object of the class. How to create object of the class? Anybody? Anyone? How to create an object of the class? There is a syntax, right? I told you. Let me. This is a very important. Let me recollect this one. So to create a class object, okay, classes. So class and car. Okay, for example, this is a car. So this is a car class. So we can have a properties. Please don't forget about the syntax because I'm telling you like kind of a layman. Okay, so that is the case. I'm suggesting you to refer my sessions after our sessions over. Right? Please like spare some time and revise that sessions. Those are very useful because I was designing the course such a way that okay. So I'm not teaching a technical wise. So technical wise, technical words are very different. Okay. So so this is the one, right? So and the main method. So we have a main method. So in that main method, what we can do? So we can create an object. So how to create an object? I told you the syntax: class name, and reference name or reference value. Okay. Uh, reference name and equal to class name. Sorry. This is a syntax, right? So here, car is our class name, and C is my reference name. Okay, and equal to new. New is a keyword and class name. What is the class name? Car name. So don't forget this syntax. Throughout the entire course, this will be there. But syntax explanation will be different. Okay, right now it is a class name, but coming session, what it does, you come to know. But you have to, in a layman way, you need to remember this one. So this is a one kind of formula. If you want to learn play with Java, so this is the primary thing. Okay, right. So whenever I ask, right, what is the syntax of class name? So or creating object syntax, class name, reference name, and class name followed by parenthesis and semicolon. And there is a new keyword in this. New is a keyword to create a class. Right. Let me minimize this one. Yes. Okay. Yes. Clear, right? Till now? Yeah. So what we can do, we can write quickly, we can write one example here. Okay. So it is a data type and character char array. So let me write here in the char is equal to some a. So whatever you declare and whatever you have assigned the value, the compiler will throw the error. So I declare my type is a char and reference variable is C is equal to I'm assigning a string object. So I told you right. So the string will be represent the double quotation and char will return in a single quotes. So now I corrected and ending this semicolon. Suppose you declare a int type is a variable and you are assigning some kind of a boolean value. So 10 dot 1 dot. So it throws that error. Bus, your variable is declared a integer type, but you are assigning value in a float type. Okay, compiler will throw the error. So this is a error kind of line. So to correct it, right? So required is the int. Provided is we provided a value is a floating value, but you declare that as a int type. So it corrected. So what are the values? So int float, float f equal to 120 dot something dot. And so character boolean, right? Boolean b equal to 2. And there are primitives, right? And non-primitives string
So
string
can we
str.
put double?
Sorry, can you?
Can we put a data type as double?
Yeah, we can. Yes. Yeah, double data type d equal to. Yeah, I saw ABC. I'm writing. We can give value name. Depends upon our. Suppose we are talking about the student, right? Our student. This is a test variable class. Just that is the case. I'm writing A, B, C, D, something like that. But is a proper object you are going to represent. So student data. So student name, which comes under string type. Student section, character, A section, B section, something like. You have to give like that. Okay, you can add double, no problem. Okay, and array int square bracket and give that array int name of the array and for bracket open 40, 50, 60. Okay. Yes. Now let's print the statement. I want to print all the statement. So first is integer type int is. So this is a printing the statement. So just I will print all those things. So for A, right, it is A is an integer type and C is not a integer. It is a char. So let me change the char type as char. And next one is float F, floating type. Next one is a boolean. Boolean type is B, variable name. And double for D, right? Is and string type is str and integer type. No, sorry, array type. Array, array type is array. It is the type. String is str. String type. String type is str. String type is array. Array type is array. String type is str. String type is array. String type is str. String type is array. 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 Double is a double only. Boolean is a boolean, right? Load. So it is a integer array. D R is ARR int. Okay. So let me see this one. What is the error here? Yeah, let me write. Let me run this one. Now we are running a Java program. Okay. It is a Java, normal Java program. So you can see this one. So character. Okay. And you see, integer 10, char, a, float. What are the value we have defined? We got it. But you see, there is an array is came like this kind of object. So this non-readable language is nothing but in Java is object. So what happened here is, so it took a kind of object. So we want to get the value from the array. So there is an indexing thing. So we'll talk later, but I will print the first one. So 50 will print. Okay. So going next session, I'll tell you. Coming session there is a rate in detail. So how to access the values. So you got it 50. So this is about a kind of basic data types. I hope you are clear about this. Okay. Let's move on to the next topic. Yeah, Java methods. So you can see this one, Java methods. So you can see Java methods. So very very important topic this one. So please see this kind of syntax here, which I placed here in that screenshot. Okay. So basically, what is a Java method, right? So in a layman way, we can tell you like, so you want to do some activity, okay? So we have some set of kind of steps we need to perform to achieve that particular task, right? So that is called method. So these steps will be in a Java point of view statements, okay? And there is a kind of syntax, so they given or derived in Java. So we have to follow the syntax of the Java method. So the first one is public. It is an access modifier, and it is an int, right? It is a return type. Okay, return value, and it is a data type, one of the data types. Okay, and the method name. Addition is the method name. Okay, any addition is a method name, and this method will have two parameters. One is a operand one, first parameter, operand two, second parameter, and the parameter type also defined is an integer. Okay, so those data types are very useful in our next level of this exam. Okay, and what it does this method is there are three steps. Step one, step two, step three. Okay, the first step is it is a int. Okay, the line of code. The in Java every line is called as a statement. Okay, every line in Java it is a statement. Okay, so the first statement integer sum, and by using sum equal to operand one, so this one, and plus operator, so we are doing addition, and operand two. So what does mean is when you pass this two variables, okay, for example 10 comma 20, so this method will add 10 plus 20, and the result will store in the integer format sum variable. Okay, and we are returning this sum. So this we called as a method body and body of the method. Okay. So any doubt in that? No, right? So see that one more few things. Let me go to Google. You can just explore this way. Okay, Java method. See, I told you, right? The learning of language is very different. Okay, I'm going the best way. Okay, so you can refer like. So type in Google Java methods and look for the some screenshot. So then don't forget about the method. Okay, most of the time people will not recognize the Java class and Java methods. Okay, so public int sum is a method name, integer types, and method body. Okay, we have many examples here. Public int max. Okay, max is the method name, integer value, int a and b. Okay, so these are the basics, and you see that Java class, Java class, Java class, Java class. Yeah. So Java class is different, right? So it has a class keyword. It is a class keyword and followed by the class name. It has some kind of all those things. Variables and the methods. Okay. So yeah. And next one is like yeah, this is our first screen, right? Whenever you started our course. So fields, right? So we just about had about this one. So we talked about this one. So private boolean or public boolean, whatever that. Okay, string type. This section is done. Now we are discussing about the method section. Okay, so main method we already discussed, right? So where we can start our Java program in the main method only. Fields we have done, like all the data types we can declare in the section of field. So any Java code you want to write, everybody will declare fields here only, the starting section. Then after the constructor, then after the methods. So this is a kind of syntax we follow for writing any Java program. Yeah. So let's introduce some kind of variants. Okay, different formatting of methods. So I told you right, public and wide. Okay, and M1. Okay, so method name is M1. So this is the method and syntax. So don't confuse about the wide and one more flavor or one more variant is a int. Okay, so here will be logic will be good. Okay, so here will be logic method body contain logic. Okay, so this is the M2 method. So by these two methods different is both are like same methods. Okay, and there is a wide, right? So wide and here is a int. So so which means wide does not return any value. We'll talk about the later what is the return, but you have to remember that. So wide is a one of the Java keyword. This method does not return any value, and also we can keep our method return some value, but the type, which type you want to return. So that is a type you can specify. So we can use all the data types here. So what we learn all the data types. What are the data types we learned just now? So we learn about a kind of a primitive data types and a non-primitive data types, right? So primitive data types, string, int, char, okay, float, double boolean. So those are not only the int here, we can put a double, okay, character, string, array, class, object, or class name, sorry, class name. So all primitive data types, return types, we can add in that method signature. Okay, we call it a method signature or method type, return type. Okay, so that is the first thing. And the next one is, you see, public void int, and there is a method. There is a one more variant is, so here I'll write it double. Now there is a one more flavor we can say. So here it is, I told you right, here we can write data type. Similarly, so this is a method bracket. Okay, here it is a method name M3, and so it is a like we can pass. Here is a method arguments. So now I declare the syntax. So we can accept it is a double. So we can add a double. Okay, and here also I told you right, we can add all the data types. So all data definitions, primitive and non-primitives. Okay, so method parameter can be any data type. Method return types can be any data types. So most of the Java experienced guys maybe have some confusion about this kind of two sections. That's what they forget about the syntax about the method. Okay, so here method return type. Okay, so here also we can use a variant of method. Okay, and also parameters. So let me create one more public void m4 and int a comma and float f comma and char c comma, okay, and boolean b boolean b, and we can add it string str. Okay, so you can add n number of parameters. Okay, you can add a number of parameters. So this time this method is not taking any value, but we have a argument one, type is a int, is a variable. Argument two, type type is a float. Okay, argument three, character, type is the number of parameters, third one. So boolean is a type, the fourth parameter. So there is a no restriction to use this parameter. You can add any number of parameters, but only the return type is only one. So which we specify whether it is a integer or a double or a float or any class. Okay, or array. Those kind of things. Okay. So let me write this kind of an example for this. Let me write one example. Let me create a one Java class. My third example. Okay. Variable section and the method section. So why I'm keep on running it, keep on writing this kind of sections, right? So you have to remember that. Okay, main method. So here you in your mind it will become like, so it is a method and it is a main method, right? So which means both are the same methods only, but these methods are our like customized methods. What we want while writing our program. These are our own methods we are going to declare. But this is a main method which already developed by the Java, who developed the Java, right? So those guys, and this is a built-in method. Okay, it is a built-in method, and this method, with the help of this method, we can run our Java program. Okay, running by our program, Java program. So compiler, Java compiler will identify this main method in this class when you run this program and execute whatever there in this particular method, main method. Okay, so let me clear this one. So let me write one example here. Yeah, main public. Okay, and void and m1. Okay, after I will write a test m1. Okay, test m1. and there is a system dot out dot println is for ut system dot out dot println. So I'm writing a system out only. So later point of time we can write the code. Okay. So method one, method one, m1. So let me do that different variants. Okay. So m2 and it is a int type. Okay. So whenever you return a int, right? So compiler will expect one keyword. Okay. So whenever you have a like a void, okay, where void, which means it does not return any value. But whenever you type here in here instead of void, you have to define a return value. You see, there is an error we are seeing. So missing a return statement. Okay. So for a void method, you no need to write a return statement. But if instead of like a void, other data type you are declared, you have to add a return keyword. Okay. So by default return. So I'm returning just the zero only. So integer type value only return. Okay. So that is the one. And let me use another flavor int a comma int b. Okay. Or double. You can say double. You can write any number of variants. And this time of that string a. And return type is string. Return type is string. So whenever you return type is string, right? So earlier it is a int. We are returning a one like zero or one. Okay. But this time we are passing returning value to string type. So what we can do? We can return a value as a string test. Okay. So any value you can return. So now let's write a main method here. So main method. Okay. Yes. So let's see that code what we have written. So we have written a many methods, basics of many methods. Okay. Method one, method two. So method one, method two, and two. Okay, correct this one method three, method three, four, method four. Okay, four methods we have written. So every method we have different flavor, different variant. So this method does not any return value. This method return an integer type. This method return integer value, and there is a parameters. Earlier we do not have any parameters, zero parameters. Okay, and returns a string return type, and this M4 method, test M4 method has a parameter string and double. Okay, yes. So we want to call this method. Okay, we want to call this method. So what we need to do? Okay, so any custom method. Okay, any custom method you want to call in Java. So we need to create an object. Okay, so here I told you that these are the custom methods which are written by ourselves. Okay, it is a method. So you want to run your methods or you want to call this method, you have to create a object of the class. Object of the create a object of the class. So what is the syntax? Syntax is class name. Okay, class reference. Okay, class reference equal to new keyword and class name. Right, class name. So what is the class name? Class name is method example. Okay. And so without that, right, let me see that. I want to call a test M4 method, test M4 method. So it will throw the error. Okay, you see? So it will throw the error. If that is the case, we need to we need to create an object. So example, method example, equal to new method. Yeah. This is the syntax of creating an object, and by using this reference value, okay, by using this reference value, you can call a number of whatever the. So you see, you are able to see M1 method, M2 method, M4 method, okay, M1 method. So let me run this one. please. Clear? Yeah. Okay. So this is the about this one. Yeah. Next. So what is the next one? Yeah, constructor, right? So we cannot complete the constructor, but we can complete this particular if statement. Where is that? Yeah, if statement. Yeah. So in Java, there is a conditional statements in Java. So we have few conditional statements like if condition, else condition, or else if conditions and switch cases. Okay. So why we use this, right? Based on the condition, so you want to derive your code. Okay, you execute your specific block of code. Okay, so which means suppose you have 10 lines of code, but based on the decision, based on the conditional, you want to execute. Sometimes you don't want to execute that kind of code or block. Okay, so to do that, let's see. We can write a one example. Yeah, if statement example. Yeah, I'll write in the main method only. Okay. So suppose statement system is equal to system out statement one statement one. So I have a code kind of like statement one, two, three, four, five. Let example. So we have a code. Okay. So for better understanding, I'm explaining this way. But I will immediately same example we are going to explore in the our driver session. Okay, the launching the browser. Okay, so please listen carefully. So here we have a five statements. Okay, so based on the condition, I want to execute these two lines, and I want to just two lines sometimes. Okay, so if I run this one now, it will be executed all the lines. Okay, so it will execute all the lines. But I want to skip this line. I don't want to execute this. Okay, sometime I don't want to execute this. Only I want to execute this statement first. So how to do that? So for that we need a control statement. Okay, so that is kind of if. Okay, so if followed by a condition. So this condition is boolean. Okay, so the evolution of condition is boolean. Suppose coming to here our PPT. Yeah. So you see less than. So there are kind of a mathematical representation. So less than. So when you say the less than 10 greater than or equal to 12. So it is less than. 10 is less than 12. So that means condition is true or false. True. Right. Suppose same example if I pass. Okay. So 10 are less than this case. What will happen? This expression evolution is false, right? And this conditional expression we call as expression. So it is a true. So when this true, okay, so that time only the particular if block will be executed. Okay, let me do the same example. Yeah. So I'm writing here. I'm declaring kind of int a equal to 10 and int b equal to 12. Okay, and I'm writing the code here. So a greater than b. Then I want to execute these two lines. So, so followed by block. Okay, so this is a block. So I segregated. So when this condition is satisfied, so this is a block of code. How I represent the block of code within the flower bracket. Okay. So this is a block syntax, if a block. So these two lines will be executed. Okay. So
Sir,
else this
can
this.
you put a break statement?
Yeah, we can put the break statement. So there is a break statement also is there, but that is a kind of different combination. So the for loop combination. So this is a very basic one. Okay. So now see, this time we are skipping that statement 3 and 4 and 5 because what I have done, I segregated the two sections. Okay. So the first section is if block. Second section is else block. Okay. And let me do one more clarification. So this is the normal one. So which means, so now you can see there are three sections. Let me explain briefly. Yes. So these are the parameter. Based on the parameter, our condition is checked. Okay, the condition will be checked. And in the condition, so if the condition is true, okay, then this kind of block will be executed. If condition is false, then this kind of this two statement will go executed. So apart from this two section, but it is a Java method, right? It is a main method. So main method in the sense the first line, second line, the conditional check line. Okay, whether this true, then it will be okay. Direction, condition, switching. Okay, or it is a false, we are skipping based on this condition. Then there are four last statement, which is not belongs to either if block, either else block. It is belongs to our main method. Okay, the fifth statement is belongs to main method. So main method contain first line, second line, okay, and the third line is decision making. Whether we want to execute this conditional base, okay. If the condition is true, then you can execute that number one statement, two statement. Okay. If the condition is false, then you can decide to execute this one. So we can say a 3 and 4 and a 5. So there are 5 lines of code, basic code. So in that, these two codes will be taken or will be executed depends upon the conditional, depends upon the condition. Okay. So let's run this one.